Hello fam, welcome back to another best of 2020. Today I will be walking you through some of my most loved and most used, and I would say highlighters which I absolutely dig in. I love highlighters in general also, and I know you need like a very little highlighter and you will never hit pan on highlighters. I must say, you can still hit pan on your bronzer and blush, but you can never hit pan on your highlighter. But still I will go and buy that highlighter because I like it. I love putting highlighters and I like that sheen going on and the illumination which it gives. And today also I'm wearing a very nice highlighter. You see how subtle it is, but it has done the job for me. So yes, highlighters in general are my love, and I really like this whole step altogether. So if you want to discover some amazing highlighters and highlighters which are done well for Indian skin tone, then hang on because you're going to discover some amazing ones here. Now I would start this video with a highlighter which I have lost. Yeah, you heard me right. I lost my Sugar Cosmetic Jelly Highlighter which I bought this year itself. The reason being, where I lost it, because I stay in my house. No, recently for my birthday I went to Agra and I was carrying that highlighter with me because I felt that highlighter is more of my daily routine highlighter. I use it underneath my foundation, and in winters it just gives me that nice illumination within. So I think I left it at the hotel, and obviously I cannot call them and tell them please send me my highlighter. It will be way too much of cost incurring. So the Sugar Jelly highlighters, if you haven't tried, you should be eyeing one. If you're not a person who like those typical illuminator highlighters which come into the bottles, then I think this is the best option to go for. This gives you very good time to work with. For some reason I didn't see the formula changing even after opening the jar like a million times, because there are brands who make jelly highlighters because if you open the lid again and again, the formula tends to dry up and it doesn't perform the same way. And the best factor about this jelly highlighter was that it was not expensive. It was just for 499 or 450 rupees. You get a very right amount of product. You use it, you finish it, you buy a new one. So I really like the whole concept. I like the formula for my skin and I really like the shade. So I'm completely missing that highlighter and I'm really sad about it that I don't have it physically to show you guys, but you know how much I love that highlighter. I've done a full review on that product also. So I will soon be buying one again for myself because I really like it. So that is something which I have loved past year. Now let's talk about some amazing pressed powder highlighters. Now yes, I have a lot of highlighters. I love a lot of highlighters. I like a lot of highlighters. But I don't want to show you the same highlighters this year also because I've already done best of 2019. I've done my top 5 recently, so you can jump onto those videos also. But these highlighters in particular, I have used a lot 2020 May, and I have loved the formula on these, and particularly I feel these shades are well done for Indian skin. The first one I have is the cult favorite of everyone, the Maybelline Master Chrome. This was my favorite in 2019, 2018, so it is gonna be favorite till the time it is still there in my vanity because I still reach out to this highlighter. I know now not many people talk about this highlighter because there are so many in the market, but Maybelline has done some amazing job on this highlighter, and I must say that if you haven't tried the Master Chrome yet, then you should be. This is the rose gold shade. This is the shade which I've used the most this year, barring the golden one. I do use the golden one, but I still like to put the rose gold on top of that golden one just because I feel this just complements my skin tone. I really like the formula on this one. The only factor about the Maybelline one would be, compared to many other highlighters I will show you now, is that the Maybelline one comes a little chunkier, I would say. When you start using more better formulas, then you feel something is lacking here. So this is happening now with me. So the formula is very thick here. I would say the highlighter is too intense, and if you do not pick up the right brush, then it can go a little streaky. But the highlighter itself is wonderfully done by Maybelline, and for 550 you get such an amazing highlighter. I really liked it. I use it. I continue using it. I really love the formula on this one. And I like this shade in particular. But yes, the golden shade is also very good, but I like the rose gold one more. It just, the mood swings. So yes, amazing one, most loved and most used in past year. Moving on to some more amazingness, and another lovely highlighter is by L'Oreal Paris La Barra blush. I don't know why they call it as blush. In the shade 16 Be Brave. This is the only shade they have in here, and I feel this is more of a universal shade which will complement many Indian skin tone, and this is how the highlighter would come. Now, I have already mentioned this in my blush video that the product will start performing in a vague manner. For some reason now this panel has become so flat that my brush doesn't pick up the highlighter. So again I have to do this and then pick up the highlighter and then use it on my skin. So this is one painful event which is happening with the highlighter. Now the blush is still okay. Highlighter ke saath na thoda problem ho jata hai because it is all over the place and you are already very glittery all over the place. But the highlighter shade, the performance, the quality, the way it sits on the skin is wonderful. I have really enjoyed this highlighter past year and I completely digging in. I will continue using it, as in, like, you know, I have to rub like 4 times already, and you see it is not picking up product. I don't know why it is happening. It has never happened with any of my highlighters so far, but with L'Oreal blush and highlighters, same things are happening. I think I'm about to hit the pan on this highlighter or something. That's pretty early, but a formula, the shade, the way it performs is absolutely well done. So if you haven't tried L'Oreal highlighters, then I think you should be buying one for yourself. Let's move on to another highlighter. It's by Makeup Revolution Highlighter Reloaded in the shade Make an Impact. This comes into a packaging like this. Now, this is a very stunning shade. If you haven't tried this highlighter, I think you should be trying one, because till the time you don't get it, you use it, you will not know how this highlighter performs on the skin. The shade itself is so different, so unique, a lot going on here in this pan. When you see it with your bare eyes, the camera is not doing any justice to this highlighter. But when you pick up a brush, scroll it all over, apply it on your skin, you just feel you didn't apply a highlighter, but it's still there is a highlighter on the skin. And this is the highlighter I love wearing mostly everywhere I go nowadays, because I feel winters mein the skin gets drier. So there are days when you don't want your highlighter to enhance your other issues on the skin, or you don't want that if your skin is feeling already very drying and your highlighter is making it feel more drying, because yes, highlighters can do this certain days, but this highlighter comes to the life-saving and doesn't do that, because the formula is such, it is so finely milled, it just sinks into your skin and just give you that nice glow happening. It is an intense highlighter, but it is not that streaky intense highlighter. It is very skin-like, but it will give you that glow. So if you haven't tried this one, then you should be. I did get this in 2020 and I have been constantly using this highlighter. I use it all over my lids, I use it on my face, and it just mingles in well with my whole makeup. You have seen me using this highlighter in my Diwali look also, and for some reason, for any festive occasion, I just have to pick up this highlighter and do my eyes and I'm done. I don't have to do all this matte chat wala blending, because this highlighter itself performs so well on my eyes also that I don't have to reach out to multiple products. So if you haven't tried this one, you should be, because I have absolutely loved this one. Now, I did not do a close-up swatch for that highlighter because the camera is not picking up. This is how the highlighter would look when applied. So I'm showing it to you from the far so you know how it looks. You should be getting a highlighter, this highlighter, because you like intense highlighters. You want to just make it look more skin-like. So this highlighter really fits into all those categories, on all those desires you have from a highlighter. So that one is, like, I think is a must-have, and you should be eyeing one for yourself. I have kept the best for the last, so hang on till the end of the video to find out that best highlighter of my 2020. The next one I have is for you is by Colourpop. The one highlighter which I like the formula, the one highlighter which I love putting into my inner corners, the tip of my nose and my brow bone. I do like to wear this highlighter underneath my foundation also at times because the shade itself is pretty different, pretty out of the box, and I feel it will not complement Indian skin tone if you use it as a highlighter. So this is the shade called Flexatarian, and this is their Super Shock highlighter. Now it's pretty blinding, you can see. I'm going to show it to you from the far so that you know how it looks. Now it doesn't have any kind of warmth underneath. So what happens if you plainly put it on your skin, it will just feel as if you applied like a streak of huge intense highlighter on your face. So you cannot be using this highlighter as a normal highlighter. The reason of me getting this highlighter was completely Kathleen Light's because she loves it, and now after 2 years and within 2 years I know why. It is super intense. I'm wearing this in my inner corners, on tip of my nose and my brow bone. So you see it gives you like a really nice highlighter. Again, the formula is well done. I like Super Shock highlighters a lot, and the formula is really well done. If you haven't tried the Super Shock highlighters, then I would suggest you should be trying 1 or 2 shades. Choose your shades wisely. You don't have to go in for this shade. You can go for Lunch Money, Churro, and they have many more shades. They have like a huge shade family altogether. But this is my personal favorite, the most used highlighter of 2020. Whenever I have to do my brow bones, inner corner and bridge of my nose, I will use this highlighter blindly because I know this just gives me that pop of highlighter and I'm done. So yes, again, a wonderful formula, a wonderful highlighter by Colourpop. Since I happen to show you a Colourpop highlighter, there's another one which I have used the most in 2020 is the Soul Body Highlighter in the shade Rose. This is the shimmering body powder. This you can use it on your face also if you want to. The reason of me getting this highlighter was completely the packaging and the way it looks. Sometimes you just buy products because you like the appearance of it, but later you absolutely love the product also. Now this is more of a body highlighter which I like to use it on my face at times, and I do use this highlighter when I'm wearing something like a dress kind of a thing. I like to put it on my leg a bit and maybe on my collarbone or something. I don't have a lot of collarbone, but still, just like an illusion. It's okay. I don't need extreme collarbones, but this highlighter really works wonderful as a body highlighter as well as your face highlighter. It can go a little chunky on your face if not applied well, but this highlighter is really well done. Again, the formula is really good. You can see how intense it is. So yes, if you haven't tried their Soul Body range, then I think you should be trying because it's all about glow. The Soul Body range by Colourpop, and I always wanted to try one highlighter, and this shade in particular really makes it for me, and I really like it. You see how intense it is? That's how intense it is. So if you're a person who likes putting highlighters and over your body, like on your shoulders, if you're wearing something sleeveless, as I mentioned, collarbone, if you have a lot of collarbone happening, even if you don't have, just contour it and apply a little bit of highlighter, you're good to go. But I like using it as my normal highlighter. So yes, I have used this highlighter a lot because of the formula and the way it shows up onto my skin. Now we are down to the last 2 highlighters, and I must say last 3 highlighters. The next one I have is by NIKKA. Yes, you heard me right. The NIKKA Glow Gold Shimmer Brick in the shade Good Old Gold. Now there is a point where I feel the highlighter is not performing the same way it used to when I bought it, because the number of times I've used it, it's a lot of times. I don't even have a count of it because I really love the formula on this one, the way it performs on my skin and the way it looks all together. I feel this is more of a better version of their Glow Getter palette, the one in which you get 2 highlighters. I feel this is far better than those ones also. Now this is again one factor which I noticed with NIKKA also, that if you happen to just reach a stage where you feel the highlighter is now diminishing and reducing, the highlighter stops picking up the way it used to pick up on the first go or on your 10th use or the 20th use. Because I have used it so much, I feel my brush doesn't pick up the product as well, because I feel the surface has become a little more non-functional. So I have to really find out a way to scrape it a bit and then use it. But the formula, the quality, this whole shade range is well done. They have, I think, 5 of them. I did pick up the good old gold. I did not buy any one because I felt those were way too much warmer for my skin. But this one in particular works absolutely wonderful on my skin. It really gives me that nice intense highlighter, as well as if you want to go a little subtle, you can go subtle also. And at times I just use like a particular brick only. I do not scroll my brush all over, but generally advised, I would say that scroll over your brush and then use it and you'll be just blown away. For the price, you're getting an extremely wonderful highlighter by NIKKA. And as I said, I have kept the best for the last, and absolutely well done products by KBeauty. The KBeauty HD Illuminating Loose Powder in the shade Gold, something which I use a lot. I just mix this with my any loose powder and just scroll it all over my face and I'm done. This is a illuminating loose powder which you can actually use it as more of a highlighter, as a normal highlighter, if you're just looking for a very subtle glow, very subtle, skin-like, very subtle. But if you're a person who is a super dry person and wants to look more glowy and not super matte, then I think this powder can be a game changer for your whole makeup appearance. You just mix it with your loose powder, any loose powder you use. Avoid your underneath eye area. Do not end up putting underneath your eyes, and just scroll it gently all over your face and you will see that nice glow happening. I really like the formula on this one. It is so fine, so well done. So if you haven't tried this, I think I will say this for all the highlighters I show you, but something really out of the box. In the drugstore category, you get such an inexpensive high-end illuminating powder. So you don't have to rush to a high-end brand to grab an illuminating powder. You have it right in front of you in the drugstore for $7.99 and easily available and made for Indian skin tone. So a worth purchase of mine in 2020. I did a full review on these products, so you can actually see all the reviews also if you want to know more about the products. Talking about illuminating highlighters by KBeauty, KBeauty did launch their pressed highlighters, the illuminating highlighters in 6 different shades. I happen to pick 2, but I happen to use only one, the Champagne Fizz, which comes into a packaging like this. Something wonderfully done by KBeauty. You get 6 wonderful shades here. I happen to get 2 of them, the Frosted Ice and the Champagne Fizz, but I personally love the Champagne Fizz for my skin tone. I did buy the Sunlit Gold also, but I happen to give it to one of my friends because I wanted to give her something and she loves highlighters, and that was the shade which I felt was perfectly made, and I will still go ahead and buy one again for myself. But this one in particular, Champagne Fizz shade, well done, very good. I like the formula. If you want intenseness in your highlighter, this can give you. If you want subtle highlighting, this can give you. It can give you anything you want. It was marketed as more of a skin-like highlighters, but I would still say if you are not slow with your brush, you can actually end up putting more of an intense highlighter on your face. So again, wonderful highlighter by KBeauty, and as a new brand altogether into drugstore family, they have come up with such amazing face products, lip products, eye products, and I'm really amazed that they came out with such an highlighter. Oh my god, they have 6 shades to choose from, and I must say lot of the shades will complement Indian skin. The only shade which can wash out more of my skin type or other deeper skin tones would be the shade Frosted Ice, which I have. I don't use that shade a lot on my skin. I use it as more of a brow bone highlighters, my inner corners and bridge of my nose. But this one in particular been a game changer. I have completely been using this. I use this highlighter a lot, and I use my L'Oreal highlighter a lot. I mix them, I use them individually. So past year have been the KBeauty highlighter time, because I have really loved the formula on these ones. So those were some of my most loved highlighters of 2020, and yes, I did lost one highlighter, which I will definitely be grabbing soon from the link I will be leaving down in my description for you guys to discover some new highlighters and grab one for yourself. I will be here soon with some more best of 2020s. Consider subscribing to my channel and following me on my Instagram @bronzinggeek. Till then, you take care, and I will see you in my next one.